Welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Welcome to Ross Patterson Revolution. We got a huge show tonight, Jabes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. What is that voice?
It's the voice I'm using for the entire show.
Oh, man. I would fucking hang myself if that was the voice you're doing the entire show.
Uh-huh.
You know why we got a huge show tonight, Jabes?
Why?
We've got Mr. Alex Bowen on the show. Calling in live to the Ross Patterson Revolution. You might remember him from 2 days ago. A story went massively viral where a young man...
strapping fellow.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Sure.
He's a young man.
Yeah.
He went into a Waffle House in West Columbia, South Carolina, housed. I mean, just absolutely shit-housed.
Sure.
Walked in, couldn't find any employees. Walked around the building, went to the back. The chef was sleeping at one of the tables, and he decided to make himself his own meal.
Right.
So he jumped the counter and manned the grill, made himself a Sammy, and then, bounced.
Would you be able to do it?
I was thinking about this story the last couple of days, and yes, I would.
If everything was on already, sure. I wouldn't be able to
off.
You'd be able to turn on all the stuff, huh?
Yeah, and we'll get into that because I have a story where we did this at a Hollywood nightclub one time, and it was insanity. But we used to have grills like this at the fraternity house in college. So
got it.
I'm used to cooking on these grills like as normal.
Okay.
Shit, where you're like, all right, cool, because we did that at pretty much every day.
That's a dream for me. Like, I want that grill.
It's funny you say that. Like, again, thinking about this over the last 2 days, I was like, oh shit, when's the last time I cooked on a grill like that? And I was like, man, I miss a grill like that. Like, why don't those grills exist in your house? I guess it's too much, right? Or is it?
It's a bit much. I'm sure if you have a chef's kitchen,
Yeah,
we
did, yeah.
Area, but takes up a lot of
space.
Gotcha. So it's basically like a second complete oven top.
But it's nice.
But it is nice, and it's so fun to cook on.
Because you could probably go hibachi on those motherfuckers.
Actually,
right?
you could replace your whole oven. It's just hard to control the temperature. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's one heat all the way around.
Yeah.
So you have to be really good.
Could you go hibachi on those? Can you go hibachi?
Yeah, man. Oof. That's what they do at Flamin' Amy's.
I fucking wish.
That's the same griddle.
I wish we had a hibachi grill inside the house. Tyrese has a Benihana grill in his fucking backyard.
But what does he not have? I mean...
Well, he's going through a mental breakdown. That's what he doesn't have.
I know, but the man that has everything.
I know. We're not talking about Tyrese tonight. We're talking about Alex Bowen. So anyways, I hit him up on Facebook, and I said, hey, man, I fucking love your story. I'm a diehard Waffle House fan. Turned out we had 18 mutual friends on Facebook already. And I was like, shit. All right. Yeah. And he looked familiar. So he got back to me right away and decided to give him a call and have him on the show.
That's awesome. Yeah. He's on the show?
Yeah, he's on the show. So we'll do the sponsors. What we'll do is we'll do the sponsors, and then we'll play our phone call with Alex Bowen here. First and foremost, we got straightrazors.com. Oh boy, your can I say your vocal game tonight is on point?
Oh,
yeah.
You can only if you mean it.
Your sound
only
effects
if you mean it,
and whatever that voice was you were doing at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want us to try and do a show without sarcasm. Do you think?
Not a prayer.
Okay.
Nope. You can go ahead and shut that window because it's getting a little chilly in here. So shut that window. Ugh. Don't want a stray dog to walk through that window. StraightRazors.com is the premier shaving kit in the biz, in the whole entire industry. You rethink the way you shave yourself. Yeah. I didn't say it. I didn't say anything about pregnancy.
No.
Or pregnant women shaving their bushes. I said this will change the way you shave your body.
Yeah.
As a man. Mm-hmm. Maybe as a lady,
Sure. Sure.
All I know is the handful of pregnant people that have written in, but from the female side, the rest of it it's dudes. This is a kit for dudes. This is the manliest shit you will ever get. I'm talking about straight razors that the shave is so good it literally takes about a day and a half off your shaving. They have a safety razor too, in case you're worried about using the big dog to start with. That'll get you warmed up for the whole sitch. They've got the number 1 ranked aftershave in the world, Smolder. Number 1 ranked cologne in the world. That's also the Smolder, which is the fucking best. They've also got shampoos and conditioners, mustache waxes. Just did that huge mustache wax campaign for them, which was fucking dope, man. And yeah, man, huge.
My favorite.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big fan of StraightRazors.com.
It's right up my alley, dude.
That thing
the old timey
online,
70. It's amazing.
Yeah, and they let me help out with that and write it and do the whole shit. So good on you, StraightRazors.com. It was fun. And go to StraightRazors.com. Get a kit for a family member for the holiday. It's one of the best gifts you could possibly get a dude in your life for the holidays. Go to StraightRazors.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. At StraightRazors.com.
They'll think you spent a lot more on it than you did.
Look, man, it's one of those gifts that's so nice that you're like, oh shit. But with the 20% off, it's a fucking great deal. So go to StraightRazors.com. Revolution 20% off. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I always wait for how many bombs you drop on Strikeforce Energy.
Right? That's just in life, dude.
Yeah.
That's just in life.
Yeah. You're fucking gangster about it, and I like it. I like it, dude. That's just in life.
Don't act like it just happened for the first time right now.
If you could see what the Jables is wearing right now, it would make you laugh even harder. She's in a Christmas onesie. Is that fleece or flannel?
Fleece.
Fleece. That's nice.
And
it's got a nice fur at the top.
Yes, fur around the neck, around the hood. I'm sorry, with furry balls that hang down.
That's a nice thing.
As the hood pull, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a real nice thing. Another nice thing is the 10-pack at StrikeForceEnergy.com. $9.95 for a box of 10. Try that shit. They ship everywhere in the entire world. They got 4 original flavors: original, grape, lemon, and orange. And they got some teas. Says "Make America Grape Again" teas that are fucking sweet. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Get yourself a subscription. We have one. You'll be done with Monster and Kickstart and fucking Red Bull and all that shit. These are just a little tin pouch. You just tear it open. It goes into any liquid you could possibly imagine and or dream of. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Again, StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Last but not least, we got At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, the first ever romance novel for dudes. Jables. It's the perfect time. It's that time of year where everybody gets this book for Christmas. It's a sweet stocking stuffer, funniest book of all time, and it's also got fucking illustrations in it. That some might be nude.
Ooh, of boobies.
Yeah,
there's boobies.
Funniest book ever written. Get it now because the sequel's coming out in like 6 months. So pick this shits up now so you can understand what's going on in the sequel. The Audible book is also in the top 10 on audible.com. Amazon is a 5-star rating on Amazon. Just buy the book on amazon.com. Go Big Bad Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed and laugh your dick and balls off. If you like fucking Scary Movie or Blazing Saddles and shit like that, like but yet like way more aggressive, this is what it is.
Yeah. If you're tired. Yeah.
Somebody wrote and they were like, this one woman, and only got one negative review, and this woman was like, I had an ear infection and I had to stay home, and I got an audiobook, and it was this one, and I did not enjoy the casual racism, And
like, right.
Oh boy, lady.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, and the vulgarity. I was like, do you not understand what we do?
Bye. Obviously, she should know that we only like good reviews.
Yeah.
If you have a bad review, like, we don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
No.
So that's odd, and everyone knows that.
I had an ear infection. As soon as she wrote that as the opening line, I was like,
babies get ear infections.
Yeah.
Little tiny babies.
None of that, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, if you write about a sickness to open up a review, like
I hate you.
You've already got a fucking axe to grind.
Mm-hmm.
Like at no point would I, if I was reviewing something, start off with what type of symptoms I had before I wrote a review.
Ugh.
Gross. Fucking gross. But look, we got a big show to get to. So enough about that haggard woman.
Sure.
I don't know if she's haggard or not. Well, she's like a fucking dime somewhere. We have no idea.
Well, she's an adult with an ear infection, so.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Yeah.
She's a little tiny baby.
Little tiny baby. She's a big baby.
Baby. Also, I'm hosting a fundraiser in Birmingham, Alabama on December 18th for the Crawford Foundation. You can get tickets at thecrawfordfoundation.org. It's a charity event for my buddy who's been on the show a couple times, Clayton Crawford on Lethal Weapon. Plays Riggs on Lethal Weapon. He'll be there. He's throwing it. He's raising money for a homeless charity, and I'll be there. Our other good buddy Christian Kane, who is another big actor who's been in Buffy, Angel, all 6 seasons of Leverage. He's currently on The Librarians on TNT. He will be there, and he'll also be performing songs because his country brand is fucking sick. Kane, and big fan of him. One of my good friends for a long time, and I'll be hosting it. So if you want to come out and hang out with the Jables and I, go to crawfordfoundation.org and grab some tickets. Might be a tad pricey, but it is, all the money is going to charity. So it is going nowhere else but for charity and for feeding the homeless for Christmas and over the holidays. So we're doing it for a good cause. So go to crawfordfoundation.org if you happen to be in the Birmingham, Alabama area on December 18th. James and I will be there, and we'd love to have some drinks with you if you want to throw down for charity. We're going to call Alex Bowen now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna chat with him about his Waffle House excursion in West Columbia, South Carolina the other night, where he cooked his own meal. Shall we?
We shall.
Hello?
Mr. Bowen.
Yes, sir.
This is Ross Patterson.
Yes, sir. How are you?
What's up, man?
Not much.
Alex Bowen, you're not the hero we need. You're the hero we deserve.
I appreciate it, sir.
Is this few days been the craziest of your life?
Oh, man. It's been ridiculous.
I can only imagine. So you walk into Waffle House. Describe the story for us.
Yes, sir. I went over there for a late night meal. I was hungry. I walk in expecting a smiling Waffle House employee to greet me, but instead the place is a ghost town. I walk outside, look around, nobody, come back in. At that point, I knew that delicious bacon goodness was just a few feet away, so I went around the bar and took spatula in hand and made it happen. Grilled up a double Texas bacon cheesesteak melt with extra pickles.
Oh boy, you went the extra pickle route, which I loved. It's like you didn't spare any expense in all of this. Are you a diehard Waffle House fan?
Not particularly. I like Waffle House, and I'll go there every now and again when I get the urge or whatever.
But that's not your go-to. Like after the bars close, that's not your typical go-to.
Honestly, I drink maybe twice a year. I don't do much drinking. Obviously we see why, but So yeah, I don't got to go to place after drinking.
Nothing. So you're a twice a year drinker, right? That's it.
About that, yeah.
Are they special occasions, or what are the 2 times that make you drink?
Probably a hard day at work.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a professional flooring installer and home renovator.
Oh shit! That's a grueling job, man.
I love it. Don't feel like work to me most days.
That's great, dude. It's great to hear because we've hired out some people from time to time, and dude, they bust their ass, and it is a long, hard day.
I love it.
Oh, I'm sure. Hey, it's fucking awesome. I wish everybody did. The last guy who came in and did the floors, he fucking hated me. I caught him falling asleep, ironically.
Oh, wow.
And you caught the chef falling asleep, right?
No doubt. Yeah, I walked around the bar, and as I was going around, I noticed the sleeping employee there. I didn't even try to wake them up. I figured they were exhausted, so I was like, I got this. Just sleep.
That's incredible. So you just let them sleep. At no point did they wake up during you cooking.
Absolutely not. And I was being a drunk buffoon up in there, taking selfies and cleaning spatulas and cleaning grills, and so I wasn't trying to be quiet, so they were out.
And was it just you, or were you with some buddies?
No, it was just me. I rolled solo.
Yeah, you rolled solo. Did you go out to the bar solo too?
Yeah,
you did.
I work 7 days a week if I can, so I ain't got time for hanging out with buddies and all that stuff.
No, I hear you. You married? You got kids?
I'm twice divorced and I have 3 kids.
You must be military then.
Yeah, you got me.
Look, one of my I do another show called Drinking Bros podcast, and a couple of guys on there are already.
Oh yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
The guy the drill sergeants tell you about when you first get to basic that she cleans out the bank account and I'm that guy.
Yeah. Was it a stripper? Did you ever get?
I did marry the second wife. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. I was up in West Point training cadets up there, and I left early to come to my buddy's college graduation, and I met her in Columbia.
Oh, that's so great. Did you?
I actually missed the college graduation. I got so hammered that night.
Did you take her off the stage? Like, how did that relationship develop?
No, I went in that night and went into the place, and she just stood by me all night and wouldn't leave my side.
Oh, of course she wouldn't. That's so great. So let me ask you this: has Waffle House contacted you personally?
Yeah. I've talked to a district manager from the local office here. He was very kind. Thanked me for pointing out the flaw in the operation. Asked me to be a loyal Waffle House customer.
That's great. USA Today.
No doubt.
USA Today said they offered you a job as a cook. Is that true?
No, they didn't offer me a formal job, and I wouldn't have taken the job as a cook. But the district manager told me that I could do a secret shopper thing if I wanted to, which I don't think I could probably walk into any Waffle House on earth anymore without being recognized. I doubt.
No. I did a rap song about a year ago called Waffle House Waitress that exploded on Facebook, and they take their chain very, very seriously. So like corporate had called down to they found the exact location where I filmed in. They called and threatened to fire the staff, and I was like, man, the fucking video has over 1 million views. Like, I think it's some good press, and you didn't wake up the cook. Like, you were a nice dude about it.
Yeah.
Because I also read that they suspended that chef for a week. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. That's unfortunate.
That sucks, right?
Yeah, at the time I wasn't thinking about what's going to happen to the employees, and I definitely feel bad. I'm glad they didn't lose their jobs, though.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Literally, the exact same thing happened to me at the Waffle House I shot in. Like, I went back in and I said, "Hey, I hope you guys didn't lose your jobs." And they were like, "No, but they threatened to fire us." And I was like, "Shit, all right. At least I feel better about that now."
No doubt.
When's your next trip back to Waffle House, you think?
I don't know. I'm sure corporate's tightened down on the employees. I'm scared if I step into a Waffle House, they might try to resort to fisticuffs or something up in there.
Yeah. It's happened before. It's happened before. There's been a shit ton of fights in Waffle House.
No doubt. So, I'm just kind of letting things cool off for a little bit. I got invited out to Steve Harvey today, so I'm going to do that and kind of just see what's going on.
No way. That's great. So are they flying you out to LA?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's going to be a good time. Watch out for those fires, though.
Oh, no doubt.
They're close. No doubt. They're super close. So when are you leaving for Steve Harvey? In the morning?
No, I'm not quite sure. She told me she pitched it to the big guys today, and they loved it, so they're going to get everything arranged and let me know.
Oh, that's fantastic. I would love nothing more than to see you on stage with a Waffle House grill cooking Waffle House for Steve Harvey.
Oh, I'll tear it up. Let's do this.
And what was the city in South Carolina you were in, by the way?
West Columbia, South Carolina.
West Columbia, South Carolina. Man, well, hey, I appreciate you coming on the show. It was a crazy story that went viral, and all of our listeners hit us up, and they were like, dude, you got to get this guy on the show. And we have 18 mutual friends or something, because most of my friends are former military. And so I was like, fuck. All right, I was amped you hit me back so soon, and I appreciate you being on Ross Patterson Revolution.
Oh, no doubt. Thank you for having me on, buddy. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. And dude, enjoy your time in LA and enjoy South Carolina. Stay away from the strippers.
No doubt. I've learned my lesson.
Perfect, man. Have a great night.
You take care, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
How about that guy?
I mean,
Fun guy.
Yeah.
Really fun guy.
I mean, we got him in the middle of a big, he's blowing up.
Going on Steve Harvey.
He's blowing up.
Going on Steve Harvey. That's what happens. That's what happens. Remember I did that thing about the McRib girl a year ago?
Yes.
She ended up fucking doing a bunch of shit out of that.
Yeah.
McDonald's invited her out. They brought back the McRib earlier. She got to do the opening of the restaurant and the ceremony and the whole thing. And man. I feel blessed, Jessie. I feel blessed in situations like this. Yeah. No, but what a great dude, and what an interesting, weird story. It's funny to hear him say in it that he didn't expect anything out of it.
Well, yeah. That's kind of what it seemed like in the post. It was just kind of whatever, selfies, this is fucking crazy. You would never think this is going to get me on the Steve Harvey show.
And the funny thing is I could hear his phone vibrating over and over again in the background. This guy's probably getting hammered with shit. So, look, Alex Bowen, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, we got an exclusive, huh?
Yeah, the guy was great.
Jeez,
really, really, really great guy. And man, we had that fucking problem. I was talking to him about the problem we had with Waffle House. Remember when we did Waffle House Waitress?
Yes.
And we went in, shot the video. Didn't really think anything about it. The song's pretty PG. There's no swear words in it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And that went viral as well. It's over 1 million views. I want to say over 800,000 on my Facebook page, and another 300 or 300,000 on YouTube and all that shit. But they called the store immediately, after it exploded, and they figured out who it was and where they came from and all that shit. And I guess they threatened to fire him. What I don't understand with Waffle House is, and I'm saying this out of pure love and joy for Waffle House, no one loves Waffle House more than me. Would that be an accurate statement?
I would say that for sure.
So, obviously I wrote a whole goddamn song about it, but no one loves Waffle House more than me. The thing that pissed me off about this guy and our story is the fact that, they put the chef, they suspended him for a week without pay.
Right.
It's not like they make a crazy ton of money. The other Waffle House, they threatened to fire them, and it was before Thanksgiving. And they had to take down our video that they made, so they had to delete it from all of their social media apps. And it was just stories like this where Alex, great dude, went by the counter, made his own meal, came back and paid the next day. Great, no big deal. Fucking A. Good on you.
Yeah,
With us, entered that song in that Waffle House competition, got shot down. That's fine. I don't care about that. But we also the staff was amazing. All the people there were cool as fuck, and I think I tipped them $200.
And there was nobody in there, you guys.
No, there's no one in here either. And
exactly, it's
mistakes happen, and look, this story went viral. That video went viral, but I don't think you shouldn't threaten the employees about firing them.
Exactly. How is that bad?
I don't know. It's not. It's just
they may have problems with people throwing parties in there or something, or crazy shit happening.
Well, look, they've had a lot of crazy shit happen in Waffle House. I mean, look, in high school, because we used to go every day, and that's no exaggeration. We would either start the morning there or go to lunch there. And we were at Waffle House almost every single day.
Right.
In our town where we lived in Georgia, there was 5 within a 2-mile square radius of us.
Yeah.
So it was just Waffle Houses everywhere. Because Atlanta wasn't, the Atlanta you see on fucking reality shows now. It was an up and coming city, but it was still kind of expanding, and there's just a shit ton of Waffle Houses.
Sure.
Like I said, there was about 5 in my town in a 2-mile square radius. So we went every single day.
Yeah.
Went every single day to Waffle House. We saw some fucked up shit. Fights.
Right.
fights between women. We saw dude on woman. Like cops were called, like a domestic dispute had spilled into a Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go down. Buckhead was the jam back in the day, and they had like 100 bars, and it was fucking crazy. Like it felt like spring break, where there was, you know, fucking nude women swinging over the just across the entire bar on like swings, and you were like, oh shit! So everybody was getting trashed. And at late night, that was the only place open.
Sure.
So we went there a million times, but the people that were going there were looking for troubles.
Yeah.
They were looking for troubles, Javes. They were looking for troubles. And, you know, the dining ditches, just all the shit that goes on at a Waffle House. Kid Rock got arrested at a Waffle House down there. Like, I mean, they don't have the greatest reputation.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is like they're probably just trying to, you know, nix any activity that's outside of what they
I guess,
want.
But it, you know, these are a couple.
It's stupid.
This is a positive story,
sure,
so it's like, hey.
It seems that they would be able to decipher. I mean, both of these are your song, this guy, like they're positive, like funny. Everyone's fine.
Everybody
like,
wins. I don't get it, but I hope. Look, it's fine if you suspend that chef. Hopefully, it was with pay.
Right.
But you know, these fucking people work hard, man, at Waffle House.
Serious.
And it's, you know, it's not the best money, and they do the best they can, and it's, you know, being open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, because they don't close.
Right.
When we had that hurricane here, the only restaurant that was. There's 2 restaurants open in town. They were both Waffle Houses. One went to North Carolina. It was like, all right, cool. So we went down. It was packed. Everybody went to Waffle House. So look, you're going to get tired on the job. You're going to work those graveyard shifts. No, you know, sometimes nobody comes in there. Clearly, this guy was the only one that came in there that night. So, you know, give him a break.
I say.
Give him a break is what I say.
Yeah.
You ever have any of those crazy stories? Like you work at a fast food place?
I mean, I've already said, but like when I worked at Domino's with like all my friends.
Domino's, yeah.
And so it's just like breaking in and not breaking in because you have the keys, but making like, you know, late night snacks in the kitchen all by yourself. Like, it's pretty sweet. Yeah,
I worked, you know, everybody knows I worked for Papa John's in high school.
Everyone knows that.
And I hate the Papa, obviously.
Yep.
The stories there weren't too bad. Like, I had a buddy who used to call in all the time and just order like 20 pizzas. And then when you don't pick them up at the end of the night, the employees get to take them.
Right.
So I would take the 20 pizzas to the party and, you know, usual biz. You know, there was a guy fucking the dough one night, like things like that, where you're like, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, the dough, the way it was shaped, looked like 2 perfectly like silicone tits where you're just like, all right. Like with a nipple on it.
Right.
On each one.
Right.
You were like, all right, great. You could kind of see it by the shape and size and feel of it, where you were like, yeah, I could see some fucking dirtbag going back there and, you know, getting a little on the thing. But the grossest story of all time was my buddy at Arby's.
Oh, what?
Have I told you this story before?
It's not ringing a bell so far, but you haven't told me anything.
So growing up, there was this kid. And I think everybody has this kid growing up who's just like, you can tell they're just going to be like a horrible person, like forever, and they're not going to change, regardless of their circumstances. Like, they were just born bad, essentially. Where you're just like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
And I knew 2 of them growing up. Like 2 of them, both of them are dead, including the guy who worked at Arby's.
Okay.
Because you see this pattern growing up, and you're like, with kids in particular who just go really bug fuck like too early, where you're just like, Jesus, man. Like, I remember the first time, like, this kid was just like punching, not the kid at Arby's, but this other kid was punching holes into his own wall at like fucking 12 years old, just blaring Guns N' Roses. And it was just like, Jesus Christ, man. And at his own house.
Yeah.
And like, we were like, hey, bro, you should probably tone it down. Like, you're going to get in serious trouble. He's like, fuck my parents. He was the son of a preacher.
Of course. There it is.
Exactly. So, and now the other kid wasn't. Like, he came from, you know, a nice upbringing and all that shit.
Yeah, he was born on the bayou.
Yeah, he was just just a bad dude, like just a bad kid. He was good at sports when we played sports together growing up and we're friends, and then like we're just doing wild shit, like stealing cars at like 14 and driving like 100 miles an hour, like that type of dude where you're just like, hey man, this is a little too much for me. Like you're fucking
yeah. Like I like a little light,
yeah,
light troublemaking, a little light, ballyhoo.
Well,
but I don't want to actually kill people.
I knew at an age, at least, I thought I did what right from wrong was, and I was just like, this is, I've done a lot of crazy shit, but like I've still known where you can push it and where you can't. It was just like, man, we're in a stolen car at 14's. I'm good. Like you guys have a good night.
Right.
And you get that like, fuck you, you're not cool. Whatever. And I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not cool. Sorry.
So he flunked out of high school, obviously. Not that that's a massive surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And was a chef, fucking Arby's in our town. We had one Arby's in our town, and he was just like, yeah, man, I'm fucking. He was, became manager, like one of those dudes who was just like, become an Arby's life or whatever the fuck it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he took a fucking shit in the deep fryer at night. Yeah. Yeah, just because he wanted to see what would happen to the turd. Here's what happened to that turd.
Tell me.
It crisped up like a hush puppy. I mean, it was, yeah.
I mean, it's food.
It's a deep fryer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you would classify it as. It's
digested food.
It's a deep fryer. He pulled the turd out. And then it was crispy, like hard from the outside, kind of like, you dropped it and it was like dry. It was like dropping a hush puppy on the ground. And then he's like, man, I wonder, like, is it hard all the way through? Is it crispy all the way through? It's kind of like frying fish, essentially. So he takes a knife out and he slices it right down the middle. And inside was still dookie. And it just, it absolutely penetrated the restaurant. And the smell was so bad.
This is while
an Arby's is open, but nobody was in there.
Uh-huh.
So he was working there. He was like the manager or whatever, and he cuts his own turd open after deep frying it. The stench is so bad that they open up. They start freaking out. There was a convenience store next door. They start buying air freshener. You name it, to fucking spray the restaurant. They opened up all the windows, everything, and it's still like throughout the rest of the shift. Nothing. Didn't make a fucking dent. Like that dookie turd smell was in the air.
That's disgusting.
Just like hanging like Michael Jordan from the free throw line.
Oh God.
During the '86 dunk contest. And the crazy thing is at that point he was just like, I knew I'm getting fired. And so he left, and the owner came in, found out somebody had told that he'd taken a deuce in the deep fryer. They just shut down the restaurant.
I should hope so.
To switch out all the deep fryers.
Yes.
They had to call the health department, all of that shit. And it didn't reopen for like a week. Cut to this guy, like it was, I guess he apparently liked working for the Arby's. And he went back in maybe like a year later and fucking held up the owner when he was working with a fucking BB gun. And like it seemed like a weird like cry for help of like whatever, but you went to jail for it. I went to jail for like 2 years.
Yeah.
'Cause it was, robbery with a gun. And
yeah, people don't like that.
A couple years after that, I ended up fucking he got out of jail, and then got house, wrapped his car around a tree and got killed is what I heard.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But the
Arby's shitter.
I got another another fast food story. One of my best friends, Mike Young, he worked at a.
You want to say his name?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
He was one of my best friends of all time, and he's no longer with us either. But his was a cool story. Like he was working at a Philly cheesesteak place, and so after we went out drinking and all that shit, he'd be like, "Yo, just coming to the Philly cheesesteak place. Like, it's legal here. Like, I'll just serve you guys shit. And,
Right.
He gave us it was all like $5 for sandwiches, and he made them all, and it was on a grill, like the Waffle House thing. And then, now that was on the up and up. But what wasn't on the up and up is we were playing dice in there as well. So like, people were gambling and shit pretty late.
Okay.
But it was fun. Like, we paid for our food and never shorted the place. And, it was what it was. We just had a place to go and cook amazing meals afterwards.
It's crazy.
That was fun shit. Like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was a great time. The other time that got real fucking sketchy was, now this person, I won't say his name. He's still alive. And this one was a wild one. I was in Youngstown, Ohio. Which, Youngstown, you kind of hear, like, if you go back and watch those old Sopranos episodes, you'll hear it in 10 or 12 episodes where it's like, hey, I gotta go make a delivery down to Youngstown. All right, yeah, I gotta head down to Youngstown. Kind of a mafia town, and very Italian.
It's known though. I feel like everyone knows that.
I would think. I didn't, coming out of high school in Georgia. I didn't know. And then I went to school, obviously in Ohio, and one of my friends was from Youngstown. So like, he was like, dude, we should go out and fuck it up in Youngstown. I was like, oh yeah, man, fuck. Heard it's crazy, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, it's crazy. So you go up to Youngstown. You're not allowed to talk to any of the girls at all. The town is small. They've all known each other and have dated each other. So like, they were like, no,
stepping on toes.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's Mickey so-and-so's ex-girlfriend. Don't fucking talk to her. Why? Well, his dad will fucking kill you, or he'll kill you or whatever. And it was just like, that went on every bar we went to. And I was just like, all right, man. I thought Youngstown was like a crazy fucking town or whatever. And he goes, oh, you want to see something crazy? He was like, all right, let's get fucking crazy. I was like, all right, cool. We drive into this like residential neighborhood. Wouldn't say it wasn't upper class at all. I would say, lower middle class neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Go in, knock on this door, and he's like, "We're gonna go to this after hours breakfast place." And I was like, "Oh, all right." It was called the Splendid.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. And we go in. First of all, it's a house in a neighborhood. So we go in, knock on the door, and he's like, my buddy's like, stand behind me, stand behind me. And the door slides open. There's like a thing for your eyes. So slides open. It's like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, hey, Mrs. So-and-so. It's me, X, and, I'm here to come in or whatever. She looks at him. She goes, oh, are you Petey's son? Are you fucking Petey's son? And he's like, yeah, I'm Petey's son. He's like, okay. Who you with? Well, it's me and my 4 friends. All right, darling. Hang on. 9 locks unbolt on this door. We open the door to this. Again, it's a house, probably similar size to ours, or
Shit.
It's gutted. So the entire downstairs is gutted, and what they have is this giant Waffle House grill put in wall to wall, like in the back, mm-hmm. and like where the walls used to be separating what would appear to be a living room and a dining room, and like a foyer or something like that.
Yeah.
Were all gone. Like they were all cut out, mm-hmm. and it was just like tables set up like you were at a kind of like a barbecue or a picnic, and you
mm-hmm.
were just like, all right, cool. And there was a chef. They were making breakfast food, and they had a register. You could only pay in cash. The food was excellent.
Could you drink?
Yeah, you could drink.
Oh, okay.
You could drink. If you could either bring it or buy it, and I forget which one we did, but that wasn't the whole point of this thing. Because I leaned over towards the end of the meal, and I was just like, hey, like the food is awesome. Like we're just hanging out in somebody's house, essentially. I was like, how the fuck do we have to knock on the door and pull it open in like 19 chains?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, there's gambling upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, all right. What kind of? And it was like dice. And I was like, oh, great. Throwing dice. So you go upstairs, and the upstairs had rooms. So it still had like what appeared to be bedrooms. But they had all these cut open pizza boxes, like on the floor and then taped against the walls, so like you could throw the dice and then collect the money and all that other shit. And as the night went on and more people started getting off their shifts of whatever the fuck they did in Youngstown,
right,
they started coming over there and then gambling their money on there. Well, a friend of mine who I was with ended up winning like $2,600, $2,700, somewhere in there. And that woman comes upstairs and she goes, she grabs my buddy and she goes, hey, I see your friend won. And he was like, yeah, pretty crazy, right? She goes, yeah. Is he from around here? No, he's not from around here. Well, you should get him the fuck out of here before he gets killed. And I was like, I looked at my buddy and he looked at me and I was like, what? Just out of curiosity, why? And they were like, cause you got a stranger in here. You show up in a nice car and then you take everybody's hard work and money. And I was like, well, it wasn't on purpose. Jesus Christ, we're throwing dice inside a house at fucking 3 in the morning.
What are you fucking playing for?
Yeah. And they were like, look, well, to them it is. So grab your shit and go. And like, dude, we got the fuck out of there as fast as we could. And like, sketchy situation.
That seems weird.
Really weird. Real weird.
We just want to play against each other.
Yeah.
With each other. Take each other's money.
Yeah.
I don't want any like newbie coming in here.
Exactly. And I think what they wanted was like the newbies to come in. And I'm assuming they all, like for instance, me, I lost my money. I lost,
right.
I don't know, I had $60 on me or whatever. Like, no big deal. So did everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So collectively, it added up to a lot of money, but they didn't want a newbie coming in town and taking all the money is what it was. Because now they're not going back there. We're not going back there again. And you just took all these people's money. So
it. Yeah, it's not like it'll cycle back through.
No, I guess that was like the thing. And then the other time this happened to me was in LA. We went into there was a nightclub on La Cienega. La Cienega and right between Beverly and Melrose. And the reason why I say nightclub is it was like an old-fashioned nightclub where it was like, the bouncer and the line at the door and like the music and like the fucking lasers and all of that shit. And yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be at that place, but some friends of ours did. And they were like, oh, well, we know the owners and the door people, whatever. And it'll be hilarious because there was like, a bunch of Russians and like some other people there partying. And like, you can just go and make fun of them and drink free drinks and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. So we went. And sure enough, it was what they said. Like, we had bottle service and all that stuff for free. And the people there were cheesy and fucking ridiculous. And, it was a good hearty chuckle at the end of the night. Except when the owners, who were Russian, they were like, hey, why don't you guys stay and keep partying? Well, you're friends with so-and-so, whatever. And like my buddy and I were just like, we're good. It was at this point 2:30, and it was like the novelty of making fun of people had worn off.
Was over now. It's annoying.
Yeah. And I was done with it. I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna bounce. And we're like, I think we're gonna turn it in and go home. And they were like, no, you stay.
Oh.
And I was just like, whoa. And when the guy had like opened up his arms to like hug me, and when he did, his shirt came up, and I saw a piece sticking out of his pants, and I was just like, oh fuck. And then the other guy, dead serious. So the other guy grabbed my buddy, and he had a gun in his waistband as well. And I was just like, all right, I guess we're gonna stay.
Yeah, or else you get shot.
I don't know. I didn't know what was gonna happen. To this day, I still don't know what would have happened if we would have stayed or left. Because it was that kind of thing, and like we were with some girls, so I didn't know if they wanted to like hang out with a girl. Like I didn't know what the fucking situation was, or if they were worried we were gonna fucking tell on them. Like I didn't know what it was. Right. So anyways, this is at 2 at this point. Now everybody's out of the club except for maybe 8 of us. There's probably eight or 9 of us left, and we're drinking and doing like these guys want to do fucking shots and all this other shit. And again, like they were probably trying to sleep with our friends. Anyways, probably around the 4:30 region in the morning now. Oof. They look at my buddy and they were like, hey, do you fucking cook? And my buddy was like, I can cook. And he was like, awesome. Why don't you make food for everyone? And I was like, and my buddy looks at me and I'm like, yo. Okay. And he goes, all right. Yeah, I can make food for everyone. He's like, do you have a kitchen here? Thinking he's fucking with him because we're in this nightclub. And he goes, fuck yeah, we have a kitchen. And just grabs his keys, chucks them at my buddy. And just says, hey, take it. Make whatever you want. So like he went down. Like he was nervous about like the food he was making and all of this shit. And he's just like, oh God. He made like grilled cheeses and fucking,
wow,
sandwiches and yeah. I mean, he he gave it his best. We went upstairs and ate, and then it kept drinking. Finally, around like the 6, and they at this point, I want to say right after the meals, like right before we eat it, like they pull their guns out and just put them on the table.
Right.
At this point, like I guess they felt comfortable enough in front of us, and we're in LA, and again like heavy Russian accents, and we're in this fucking discotheque of a nightclub. This went on, so I want to say we didn't get out of there till like 6:30.
That alone makes me like
cringe
and feel sick. Did you ever go to Thai Angel?
Thai Angel.
So Thai Angel was the late night, the after hours drinking place that they had karaoke.
Oh yeah.
Real
Yes.
Japanese karaoke.
Yes.
And they would serve you drinks, whatever they happen to have back there in coffee mugs.
Yeah.
But the food was really fucking good.
Yeah.
But you could only get it like late night. So they like weren't a real place, right? Like during the day.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, fuck, I really want Thai Angel, dude, like in real life.
Sure.
But also there's that like early morning thing because it's late, it's after hours. So you get off your bartending shift, whatever, you go out, you go over there and drink.
Right.
And then it turns to 6 really quick. And to me now, I can't even believe like going home, driving home or getting home. Sorry, I'm not going to say we drove, but we did.
Yeah.
Driving home
that dirty
with
feeling.
The dirty feeling, and it's not quite light, but it's like light enough. Joggers sometimes, if you see a jogger,
oh boy,
that morning jog, people having coffee, meeting friends.
Even talking about these stories like out loud, like I get like my palms are sweaty now. Where it's just like, you know how shitty you feel and all of that other stuff. Like no matter how great of a night you had, because look, I've had a lot of great nights where I've raged till 6 or 7 and been like, man, that was the funnest night ever. But then you have to go home. It's that going home feeling where you're just like, oh my god, this is awful.
This is awful.
Yeah.
This is awful.
And then you sleep till fucking noon. And
you cannot fix it.
Later.
You cannot take it back. Thai Angel was a couple different iterations. Like it finally went to the girl, Jamie, went to her house. And so it was that exact thing that you're talking about in Youngstown. Yeah. Only in LA. And so it'd have to be someone that she knew from way back in the day or whatever, who would come to the restaurant. Yeah. So you would have to go, you'd open the thing, and she would have to know you. Right. Because it had gotten so crazy. Yeah. But yeah, gambling upstairs, booths, like weird booths that they had like stolen from like, when restaurants put them outside or whatever, and like did this makeshift like bar / gambling inside a house. I have to say I love that. Yeah. But I love that part of it. It is so awesome, but then it turns into chaos. Nothing good ever happens.
There's one city, though, that it's never bothered me in, and that's New York.
True.
Because New York, when I was in school there and fucking when I shot that show there for MTV, like, you could always find places like that, and it was always a friend of a friend, and it was always awesome, and it's such a late town anyways, that it's like, all right, you're making dinner reservations for 10:30. Then you're going out to the bars at like, midnight to fucking 3 or whatever it is. And then you find these after hours places. And I don't know, there's something different about it there versus everywhere else. LA, I always felt awful.
I think because
Miami was the worst. You feel awful in Miami doing it.
It has to be this idea that it's like sunny. Everyone's like, there's this idea of like up and at 'em, everyone. And I feel like New York, it's just kind of like, we know, like, the bars are open till 4 already. Right. So if you went out, like you had a night. Like, you know, like everyone's kind of like, cool, like do your thing. Like in LA, it just seems different. Miami seems that way where it's just like up and at 'em, let's work out or something.
Yeah.
And I hate that shit.
Miami, you leave those fucking bars and clubs and go outside and people are fucking, I mean, running already, like jogging, like, you know, everybody's fit and in shape. And like, I remember passing there was one night we went hard till like 6:37 in Miami. Come out and there was a gym next door.
Oof.
And it was already open and there was most of their gyms down there, they have a live DJ in there. So it was loud as fuck. And you look over and you're like, oh man, is that another bar or club that's open? No. Nope. It's the fucking DJ. And then you look in and 90 people are already in a Soul Cycle class. And you're like, oh God, I am a loser. And it's hot.
I know.
It is. That's what I've pinned it down to. I think you're right. It's that sun, because that sun hits you and you're like, ugh. LA, Miami, it hits you. You're just like, oh God, I can't do this.
Yes.
At Ohio State, it was like the state of Ohio is it's gray a lot.
It's gray, or it'll be snowing.
Yeah.
Like that's why like Sundance is sweet, because you wake up and
you
you're
don't
like,
feel
boom,
bad
the cold
about it.
just like sobers you right up. You're like, all right. And then like everybody's
the cold
partying,
sobers you up, and you also don't feel bad because of the weather. So you don't feel like you're missing anything. You're like, well, it's cold as balls today. It's not like I would have been outside fucking running around. Like, I'm glad I went to that party.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's the sunshine states that really get you.
They really get you. I'm going to call them the up and at 'em states.
Gross.
Get up and at 'em, guys. Get after it. Get after that day.
God, the queasy feeling I have in my stomach even talking about that is absolute insanity.
Speaking of which, with those fires, I just want to say the Thomas fires.
Yeah. Do you want to look? A lot of people have been hitting us up. You're obviously from Ventura.
I'm from there. That's my place. So like, a bunch of places have burned down. It's going to be a different landscape there than what what I left. But my family's fine. Their houses are fine. My friends are fine. Like everyone I know and have talked to
right?
so far, and it looks like it's moving through, but it's moving into LA. The 405 is burning.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures here, and then my buddy just sent me texts in LA, and man, it is. Yeah, that's right. There's a fire on Skirball right by the Getty right now.
Yes.
So our old office is maybe 3 or 4 exits down from that, and this is his exact words. He just literally texting me now. It feels like the apocalypse out here.
Yeah.
There's so much smoke that you can't hardly see anything at all. And he says, the winds are super strong, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Ana winds.
Yes.
And he says the winds and low humidity could make it worse over the next couple days. They're saying it could be until Friday or Saturday before the winds calm down enough that the firefighters can even, try to attempt to stop them. Right now, they're flying over.
Yeah, but they are
with that shit, whatever that.
Yeah, but because they don't have water. So they don't have water.
Gotcha,
so they can't fight it. The only thing they can hope to do is get people. What they did was let the fire burn, but just use all the firemen and people that would be fighting it to help people get out. So their main concern was just like, we can't fight this.
Right.
So we need to just have everybody like helping to get people out or assistance in that way. And it kind of moved through. It burned a lot of places, but it like moved through and over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The LA fire department chief just said, he's just like, we've got a lot of firefighters fatigue. Like everybody's exhausted. I can't imagine. Because there's, it's not just Ventura. There's like 5 different places now that these fires have spread to all around Los Angeles and the greater Los Angeles area.
So my brother evacuated to Carpinteria to camp. And then they evacuated him from Carpinteria back to Ventura at like midnight. So his night was pretty sweet. But my dad's camping by his favorite brewery, so he's good.
Oh, that's right. He's got a camper.
Yeah. So he took his motor home, and he's like, beer. beer is God's way of helping us get through stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, Dad, love that attitude, man. I really do. And my mom's here.
Yeah, she's here.
So
she's all right.
safe, except for how much anxiety would you have if you're like not in your house when people are evacuating it, burning, whatever. So, but her house is fine. Dad's house is fine, whatever. But a lot of people aren't. So this shit is crazy. Yeah, ain't got no water.
I know. It's crazy. And, looking at all the devastation online, and they're giving, continuous updates of it. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. That footage we saw on, what was it, Barstool Sports
Dude,
this morning?
That was fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Everybody's using it because it's
the epitome of what's going on. Because it's hard, you hear that on the news all the time of like, oh, there's fires in California. California's got a lot of fires. You don't realize, I didn't realize until I moved out there what it was really like. And I was like, oh, God. It smells like 10,000 people are smoking inside your apartment. And you're like, fuck, there's nowhere to go. There's like this thick smoke over the city. I can't imagine what it is now. Because this is 5.
It's unsafe is what it is. So it's like people need to now worry about smoke inhalation and stuff like that. So everyone's got a mask on, like in every picture, every video. So
they said West Los Angeles, they are without power, and it could take up to 14 hours to restore.
Yeah, it was going to be a couple days.
UCLA campus says it's operating exclusively on internal power, with only electricity, at the non-essential buildings, but out at the non-essential buildings. But fuck, man.
Yeah.
Classes have been canceled. Even the UCLA game is canceled. The San Fernando Valley will be closed the rest of the week, and all Santa Monica and Malibu schools are also closed. I mean, for those of you who don't live there, have never been there, that is a wide area of Los Angeles. I mean, you're talking miles and miles of shit that is closed. Like, man.
If you close the 405, you better just fucking shut everything down.
Yeah.
Which is what they did.
My good friend and editor, Niels Parker, for our editor, Matt Best, Freedom to Fuck On, that will eventually come out sometime next year, hit me up today and was asking, about your family and if they were safe. And he was like, hey, I got a place to stay if you need it and everything. And I was like, no, I'm awesome. I was like, your family's okay. And I was like, but
That's nice.
I did, yeah, super nice. And he's a great fucking dude. And, but I did say this. I was like, I heard it was started from a roach at a disc golf course. They just,
No,
but don't you ever think about that?
It was at a park. Yeah, it was at a park.
Don't you ever think of how or why this was started?
It was a park in Santa Paula.
Right.
Yeah.
But was it a cigarette? Was it arson?
I don't know if it was a cigarette or if it was like a fire that didn't get put out all the way, or it's like everything is so dry there. You really don't understand.
Crazy.
Unless you either live there or like I visit a lot, and it's just like, it just gets drier and drier to where you're like, if you don't have to do a lot. You're saying like, is it a match or arson? Like you literally could, light a match, blow it out, and put it somewhere and it'll light on fire. You know what I mean? It's like
bone dry.
It is bone dry.
Bone dry.
You're right about that. So yeah, started in a park, and what? It could have been a roach.
No, I don't know what it was.
It absolutely could have.
I don't know.
Something to do with roaches. Something to do with weed in some way. I bet it was.
I don't know.
Come on, it's Ojai.
We'll find out.
It's Ojai. Somebody was doing something high.
Will you find out? Is the question,
I'm not sure. They know where it was started, so I'm
look, they're pretty good at that shit. Who knows? We should have a firefighter on this show and just say, hey.
A firefighter?
A firefighter on the show.
We might know one.
I know we do. And ask him what the process is of this. I've been involved in one.
We should have Joe on.
I've been involved in two massive fires. College, an entire apartment complex burned down except for my unit and the unit next door to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they found the cause of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was faulty old electrical wiring in the walls.
Yeah.
And then
I've seen Backdraft. They really look into this stuff.
No, but they saw it pretty quickly where it's like, hey, it's a couple hours and they're like, here's what the fuck happened. And And then, that first date that I went on with a girl burned her fucking house down. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They drug that stove out into the fucking street and was like, here's where the fire started. What is this? What the fuck is this? So I would venture to say they know. Like how or what it was.
Yeah.
I would suck if it was like a cigarette or something like that, where it's just like, oh, hey, man, boom.
Again, like I would not.
But it wouldn't be surprising, though.
Wouldn't be surprised. It's at a park, like I said, this park in Santa Paula that is, it's up in the mountains. It's not like it's a smaller, troublemaking park. So. I'm sure.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Is it in a rough and tumble neighborhood?
No, it's just secluded. Lots of little nooks and crannies.
Okay. Yeah, somebody was fucking shit up out there.
Doing something, I don't know.
Or they're at home right now too, just being like, man, fuck, I just started that fire, man.
Yeah, or it was a call of like, holy shit, this happened and we can't put it out, and then it just like literally took 2 seconds for it to burn the entire mountain down. Because like I said, I don't know if you guys heard me, but it's bone dry. Okay? Don't know if you guys heard me, but it's real dry out there. The drought is real. They have no water. It's insane. And there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, Tom Selleck has all the water.
Yeah. And he deserves it, though.
He deserves all the water. He paid for it.
Yeah.
He absolutely paid for it.
To the audience, this is Jessie and I's inside joke about Tom Selleck.
It's not inside, it's the truth, but...
No, I know, but we always talk about, whenever we mention water, we mention Tom Selleck. There's a water law in LA of how much you can use per month.
To water your...
And they monitor it. So if you go over, you get fined for it. And they found out that Tom Selleck was using like fucking 15 times what you're supposed to. And he got this $100,000 fine, and they went to his house and talked to him. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, well, I bought this fucking huge ass house with this,
so he has
with
this
a yard.
Crazy like landscaped yard.
Yeah.
And he's like, I paid
a gajillion dollars for this. He goes, I don't want the yard to die. Mm-hmm. And they were like, all right, great. We're going to fine you $100,000. And he was like, fine.
He said, fine, do it. But then now he's actually buying water. So he's like buying these trucks of water from other places.
God, what a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare.
For Selleck, I know, poor thing, because he has gone through so much.
Not that.
No, but I think it's...
But if you can't have a yard, I mean, but really, really think about that. Like, if you can't have a yard, it's one thing if you move to New York where it's all right, it's a concrete jungle. You know what you're getting. You're not going to have a yard in New York City. And you know that moving there.
Right.
In Los Angeles, it is possible to have a yard.
Sure.
You just have to be rich enough to afford a fucking yard.
Yes.
And Tom Selleck worked his ass off and was like, motherfucker, I'm going to do Blue Bloods for 18 years so I can pay for this yard.
He can do whatever he wants.
That's what I'm saying. So, fuck. Selleck wanted to keep his yard. Keep his stash, keep his yard.
It's just a dick move to take all the water from people.
If he's paying for it, it's his.
But the fine, when he was paying the fine, people were like, fuck you. Because you can pay the fine, but you're still taking the water from people that can use it for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now that he's buying it from other places, that's fine.
I saw a guy in Fuck Jerry today with a really expensive car, and he parked it in the middle of 2 parking spaces. Mm-hmm. Bought, you buy those tickets and put them in your windshield. He bought 2 of them, put them both on both sides of the windshield, and it was just like, somebody just wrote, not even really mad at this guy.
I mean,
like, he bought both spaces.
Yeah.
Bought both parking spaces.
What a dick. Still, what a dick. What a Tom Selleck.
What a Tom Selleck. Before we get to the revolutionary fig of the day, by the way, I want to talk, there's an alien thing that just popped up again tonight. There was a double sonic boom heard over at Area 51, sparking wild claims that the CIA is hiding alien proof. I don't know what the double sonic boom was going over Area 51.
Right.
Are they sending them home?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a place to land? They got videos up of it online, and in the clip you can see F-22 fighter jets flying over the airspace. The stealth planes are leaving these strange trails as they cut through the Nevada skies at speeds of up to 1,500 miles an hour. Then as one accelerates away, there's a loud double boom, sonic boom that's happening, and then that's it. The fact that they have footage of this is fucking weird, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people on YouTube are saying that the fighter jets are a distraction for what they're really testing there.
Which is?
If I had to guess, it's something like this. Like, if you can get the footage of the F-22s, you could get footage of alien aircrafts landing in and out. I don't think it's that. I think we're getting closer and closer to war with North Korea. And I bet you they're probably testing some bombs. That's my guess.
Right.
So that would be my first guess.
Okay.
This shit that with North Korea that we have kind of talked about a few times, going back and forth of what's going to happen, and I thought something was going to happen before the Olympics. They just banned Russia from competing in the Olympics altogether yesterday.
Yeah, for doping.
Which,
Systematic.
yeah, like to an unfathomable level. And everybody keeps talking about this documentary we need to see on Netflix about the Russian doping scandal.
I saw it already.
You watched it, you motherfucker!
I've seen it forever ago, and I told you about it. I told you about it.
You motherfucker.
I told you about it, and you were like, oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know you saw it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
God damn it.
I also saw Voyeur,
was it crazy?
Too. Yeah, it was fucking crazy, dude. Like, it is. I was telling you about it, and it's a really good documentary, and you get sucked the fuck in.
All right. Look, I'll check it out. What was the name? Do you remember the name of it?
I think it's Invictus.
Okay. I'll check it out.
I think it's called Invictus, yeah.
Yeah, but, so these guys, they're out. But the weird thing is if something breaks out when we're over there during the Winter Olympics, like, we're going to need Russia. Is Russia going to help? Saying, fuck you and your Olympics, like, we're not in it. You guys banned us from it, so.
But they know why they're not in it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they did it. They're already caught. Like, it's
no. That I understand. But do they play the role of like you watched the documentary? Do they play the role of like, no, we're innocent or?
Yeah, but that in the documentary they were still able to deny it.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. Like
at this point, with everything coming out and like actual like investigations and stuff and testimonies, like. And busting laboratories and all of the shit that they've done, like, they can't really. All they can do now, which I think Putin did, was just be like, I had no idea, which he absolutely did. But
right. There was another documentary that somebody hit me up about and asked if we'd seen. It was Werner, your old buddy Werner Herzog.
Oh, what is it?
I'm trying to find the name of it right now.
I love old Werner Herzog.
Wrath of God.
Oh, what's it about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's look, Werner makes some cool documentaries and some other wild shit.
All right.
I'm down. It could be that.
Down.
Man, yeah. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but we've gotten that a few times as well. So we'll have to peep that out.
Peep It? Have you heard of Voyeur?
Peep It. No, it's Voyeur.
Okay. It's another documentary.
What's it about?
You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you later.
Would you tell me
now? No, it's just a new documentary on Netflix. It's about a voyeur, a guy that bought this motel. Bought this motel and completely turned the whole top into like this crazy crawl space area that he could watch everyone.
Wow.
And would like plant little things in there and like watch his stories like play out. And he called, Gay Talese. He's like this reporter. He's written a bunch of books.
No. Actually.
So he called him and wanting to tell his story. He wrote a book about it. Basically turns into a weird thing with them and like spirals from there.
Very Black Mirror. Very Black Mirror type of story.
Yeah. But the way that they do it, like the way that they use like models, like model hotel. Okay. So like a person is actually like lifting off miniature. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like a little miniature world is like the documentary tool that they use. You know, like you hate animation.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
can't
the
stand
thing.
it.
So they use model or whatever, but it works so well and it's kind of amazing.
Okay.
So, and the book is called The Voyeur Motel that he wrote, Gay Talese, and like I don't know.
All right.
It's a good one. I will say this, a bunch of people told me to watch it, and like it's good. It's one of those things that people are gonna like start talking about, but I'll tell you, like, it's worth a watch. It's not like as crazy as you think it's gonna be.
Oh, all right. Well, it's not like that crazy. Like,
I guess I'm just giving a review on it.
Yeah, you really kind of shit on us here, you know?
I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting watch, but like, it's real weird. Apparently, and then I guess he witnessed a murder.
Whoa.
And didn't like, yeah. And that's the exact moment in the documentary that I did too. So what?
All right.
Yeah, that he kind of caused with like his weird little tricks that he would do in the room to kind of, he would leave like dildos in the drawer next to the Bible.
Oh, to see if they would use them?
And just kind of like little stuff or like.
Did anybody use the dildos?
He said women did. Or yeah, of course women did, but he would
Really?
leave porn and
You would use a
dildo.
dirty dildo? Like a dildo you don't know where it's from?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But more women would use the porn that he left there than men.
Okay.
And he would like, he made these like crazy logs that he would like write like woman used on this date 1, how many women used it at 5, and it's like this crazy
Sure.
spreadsheet. It's weird.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's real weird.
But kind of cool.
It's just shot really well and it's done well.
Speaking of Black Mirror, by the way, it's coming back. It's December 29th.
It is? I'm down.
The new season starts December 29th. They just dropped that today.
I'm down.
That's one of my favorite series ever. And it's coming back. They just launched the trailers for like 3 of the episodes. Fucking fantastic. One of them is about a robot dog that just...
Listen,
similar
I'm
to what
in.
we were talking about. That just fucking a robot dog that just goes and is just killing everybody. Let's get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we? This one goes out to Shelby White. She is the head of Waffle Records and Waffle House. If you didn't know,
Waffle Records?
Yep, has their own record label that is strictly for songs on their jukebox.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I know there's a jukebox in every Waffle House in America.
Mm-hmm.
We've been asked 1,080 times whether or not our song is on there. It is not. It should be. And
absolutely,
you should go to Waffle. You should go to Waffle House Twitter. Go to @Waffle House on Twitter and demand that they play Waffle House Waitress on their fucking jukeboxes, because it's an awesome song and the whole place would freak out. And again, the video's gone viral, so it's like shit. All the corporate have seen it at this point. So go to @Waffle House on Twitter and just say, look, we listen to Ross Patterson Revolution. We want the Waffle House Waitress in jukeboxes across America. The world needs it. And I love Waffle House.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this out of love. I love you, Waffle House, and I wish you would put my song inside your goddamn restaurants. And I hope the gentleman who is sleeping does not lose his job.
Yes.
And or pay. Because let's face it, you're open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day.
Times
it's
are tough.
Late. People sleep. It happens. Let's get the fuck over it and not have anybody lose their job over it. As a matter of fact, at the end of this show, for Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Let's play Waffle House Waitress.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
This song goes out to all my Waffle House waitresses all over the world. Because I like my waffles fresh, not Aggo. Me and my Waffle House waitress, we getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go get my Waffle House waitress. We getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go get. Fresh out of bed, hat on my head, it's time to start my morning. Jump in my Jeep to Waffle House, you know my mind is zoning. Peek through the window and I see my favorite waitress smile. And
hand them country ham and eggs for a little while. I grab my favorite table, and then she comes and greets me. She got some OJ and some coffee and that famous sweet tea. After she takes my order, she shakes it side to side. But unlike the anthem of Kaepernick, my jeans slowly rise. She blows a kiss and walks away, and then I piece my chef. This ain't the grotto in the mansion, but I feel like hef. And when I see them sausages sizzle, that scissor up drizzle, I want them patty melts from Texas in my solar plexus.
Waitress, we getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go in. Waffle House waitress, we getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go in.
It's Friday evening and my girl is on that graveyard shift. Some college dudes rolling it too, and you know they lit. They started hitting on her, they acting real uncouth. Now I'm about to go John Wilkes on that booth. She shakes her head and says, Ross, you ain't that type of fellow. There ain't no fighting at the black and yellow, black and yellow. So I just nod my head, give them the evil eye, channel my inner rage into a slice of a Maggie's pie. When my brain is scattered, she smothers and double covers me. Late night after work, she brings me home the bacon, chicken, cheese. And if I'm feeling sick and I start to get illy, she'll cook up a pot of Bert's best bowl of chili.
Waffle House waitress, we getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go in. Waffle House waitress, we getting naked. I order eggs with a side of bacon. I can't take it the way she wears her apron. Her paper hat makes me go ish.
Oh, you want me to kiss your grits? Man, that's all you had to say. Ooh.